Tannehill throwing right, wide open. Westbrook-Akine takes a shot. Herndon a healthy scratch the last 2 weeks. Here's Henry into Jacksonville territory. And
if he just gets to his average, they'd be great.
Tannehill fakes it, fires over the middle. Robert Woods has it in the red zone here on 2nd and 4. Tannehill at Okonkwo at the 5, still fighting his way down to the 3. 1st and goal, Tennessee. Henry up the middle and in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Henry's 11th rushing touchdown of the season, just his 2nd at home.
Andrew, like you mentioned before, this is where Tennessee is at its best, getting people off the field on 3rd down.
Number 1 in the NFL, 3rd and 5. Lawrence, a floater, incomplete. 3rd down and 7. Pressure's coming. Tannehill lost the football. Big hit on Tannehill. Trayvon Walker forced the fumble, and the Jaguars recover. They hand it off on the inside. This is Agnew inside the 15 and spun down at the 13. An 8-yard pickup for Jamal Agnew.
But it's only 3rd and 3, so you would think the run is an option.
Lawrence scrambling. He's got Ingram. There's a flag down. Ingram takes it in, but will this one come back? Flag is down in the backfield. And Trevor Lawrence can't believe it.
Legal use of hands to the face. Defense number 94. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Low snap. Tannehill hands off to Henry. Henry's got some room. Henry's got a 1st down and much more. Down the sideline. Derrick Henry still going. And Wingard catches him at the 25. A 50-yard run for Derrick Henry. On that Thursday night in December 4 years ago, nearly to the day. Here's it goes again at the 15. 2nd down and 7. Tannehill to Okonkwo. Okonkwo up and in! Touchdown! What an answer by Tennessee! 2nd down and 4. Lawrence. He's got Zay Jones. They have to get to the 46-yard line for a 1st down. Agnew makes the catch. And Agnew is well short. Hand off to Henry. And again, Henry getting to the 2nd level of the Jacksonville defense. Still moving his feet. Oh, it takes the whole D to take him down. A 12-yard run by Derrick Henry. Tannehill with time, looking for Woods again. Nice catch. Woods has got the 1st down.
In his effort and his actions each and every day.
Tannehill intercepted. Wingard picked it off. And Tannehill makes the tackle at the 46. Last time the Jaguars scored a touchdown. Lawrence. And he slings one back to Evan Ingram. Play action. Lawrence. And he's got Ingram again. There he is again. Another catch and a 1st down for Evan Ingram. Running free inside the 20 and down at the 15. Lawrence. Chase throws it to the end zone, incomplete for Riley Patterson. And the 2nd-year man out of Memphis is good. 14-10, Tennessee in front.
Just exceeded him a little bit, but I think he's back in stride right now.
A 3rd and 4. Tannehill deep shot looking for McMath, incomplete.
We are having some technical difficulties with the Jacksonville Jags.
Lawrence, Jones dropped it. 3 drops last week, and that's a big one on 3rd down and 3. Out of the hold of Logan Cook. And Patterson is good again. So with 3:10 to go in the second quarter, it's a 14-13. Second down and 8. Here's Henry again. He's got some room. First down for Henry. Wingard cuts him down, but Derrick Henry on that run goes over 100 yards rushing. Titans are driving. They have all 3 timeouts. Tannehill play action. Has time. Henry's wide open. Henry has a first down and bruises his way down to the 20. Ball came out late. And the Jaguars recover. Jaguars take over and they get the football to start the second half. 1st and 10. Lawrence is looking deep and he's got Christian Kirk open. Lawrence on the move, throws on the run. Ingram has it and room to run. Trying to get out of bounds and he does.
3 receivers to a side. You've kind of got to define what the coverage is going to be.
Lawrence, Zay Jones holds on to this one.
Trying to get the ball in the end zone.
Can definitely use the middle of the field with the 2 timeouts. Lawrence to the end zone, and it's caught off the deflection, but he was out of bounds. Zay Jones thinks he got his feet in, but it's been ruled incomplete on the field. McCreary tipped it. Jones won.
Oh, the second foot looks like it's right on the white. I just use a timeout here because you've got extra timeouts in the back so that you can review the play upstairs in the process.
Yes.
That looks like it's in that
I think
left
he's
toe.
in. Lawrence throwing on first down. He's got Zay Jones, who made that incredible catch at the end of the first half. Stout Tennessee run defense. And they're going to keep airing it out here. Lawrence over the middle, and it's caught by Ingram again.
Right on the edge of field goal range, so you need some bonus yardage right here.
Lawrence throws. Zay Jones has it again. Lawrence eludes the rush. Agnew's open, and Lawrence squeezes it in there. Lawrence is in the shotgun on 2nd and goal from the 1. Lawrence keeps it himself. Stiff arms Cole. Dives and gets in. There is a flag down. What a stiff arm by Trevor Lawrence. 2nd and 21. Tannehill in trouble. Tannehill, down he goes. Arden Key with the sack for the Jaguars. Play action. Lawrence to Evan Ingram again. A lot of room to run for Ingram. Into Tennessee territory and out of bounds at the 42. What a day for Evan Ingram.
The way that the Jaguars have been throwing the ball so far, the time for the Titans to step up and get a pass rush after them.
2nd and 11. Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Ingram holds on. Touchdown! What a catch! Evan Ingram with his 2nd touchdown of the day. And the Jaguars are pouring it on in Nashville.
The toughest things when you start rolling like this, saw Evan Ingram as he's walking back to the huddle, trying to wipe that smile off his face to keep the intensity up as they're about to go for 2 points here.
-8 yards this quarter for Tennessee with 3:01 to go. Starting this drive through the air. Pressure's coming. Tannehill sacked. Foley Fatukasi with his first sack in 2 years. Tannehill, pressure's coming again. Throws on the run and completes it. Is Chestnut making the catch, but well. Final 1:33 of the 3rd quarter. And Lawrence back to the air to start this drive. Throws on the run. Marvin Jones has it into Tennessee territory.
Can have a lingering effect, especially when you add games together back to back.
Lawrence in trouble, gets rid of it to Ingram. He's got some room to run. Ingram turns it up and smacked down at the 37. Ingram is on the sideline. Lawrence, quick pass, broken up. Can they capitalize on a little bit of momentum now on the offensive side of the ball? And a botch snap. So much for my question. Jaguars saying they have it, and they do! Fourth turnover today by Tennessee.
This ball, you can see Derrick Henry trying to move in. He lined up a little bit closer to Ryan Tannehill than he normally would. And they're going to run a sweep to the right with Jacob Conquo leading the sweep. But they don't get the snap to their star player, Derrick Henry. And once he tries to pick it up, he looks up.
Play clock in 2. Lawrence over the middle. Christian Kirk has it and dragged down at the 15.
A little spotty pressure, but they haven't been able to get him down and force him into a mistake.
33-yard attempt by Patterson is good. He's now 3 for 3 today. Had the ball back. Walker forced that fumble, and the Jaguars have not really looked back since then. Tannehill looking deep for Chris Conley. Does he hold on? Yes.
And Robert Woods still recovering from that knee surgery just a year ago.
Tannehill to Hooper. Tannehill stands in there, delivers it to Hooper. He's got an angle, has the first down.
Don't worry about the play, go get it to Derrick.
Tannehill throwing, corner of the end zone, caught, touchdown. Westbrook-Ikhine. His 3rd touchdown of the season. First 2-point attempt of the year for Tennessee. And Okonkwo hangs on. Wow, what a catch. So the 2-point conversion is good, and now it's a 14-point game.
I want a pair of those for Christmas.
Lawrence throwing on first down. Manhurts is wide open. Plenty of room to run. Manhurts out of bounds around the 35. 180. Tannehill completes it. Westbrook-Ikhine moves the chains. He's got big-time speed on the outside. Tannehill underneath to Okonkwo. He's pushed back. Rayshawn Jenkins with the big hit. 3rd and 1. Tannehill to Henry. He's got the first down. Who's going to tackle him? Oluokun does.
When your number's called, impressive day for him today.
2nd and 10. Tannehill to an open Okonkwo. Nice move after the catch, and he's got a first down. Here comes Wingard on a blitz. They pick it up. Tannehill, though, is taken down. Finally, Josh Allen. Week 4 against the Eagles. 3rd and 18. Tannehill in trouble again. Throws it to Henry. Incomplete. 4-man rush. Hamilton's coming. Tannehill throws one to the end zone. McMath is down there, and it's incomplete.
And to defend himself as a quarterback when he is running the ball, I think it's pretty special.
ETN picks up the first down, and that will do it. Trevor Lawrence, just his 2nd career victory on the road.